Saw that. I saw Cobbin go down, and it happened to me in about the same, I think it's his 10th year. It happened to me in my 10th year, the second game of the year, and I was out. That was it. That was my last game with the Patriots. So I hope that doesn't happen to him. I guess he's coming back, right? They say he's coming back in 6 to 10 weeks.
That's the hope.
But it was a sinking feeling when I saw that happen to him, because I've been there.
You said you're a little bit overwhelmed by this?
Not just a little bit. I'm tremendously overwhelmed because I was nominated several times and didn't win through the fans' vote, and really never thought there was much chance I would win through the fans' vote, since most of the fans that are voting weren't even born when I played. So I didn't think there was ever going to be a chance of that. So when this senior committee came along, it just caught me completely by surprise. I wasn't aware of it. I'd given up hope. I really had. And I was very, very disappointed I was never going to make it. But all of a sudden I get this phone call, and it's actually Robert Kraft that calls to tell you that you're in. He makes the call himself. He says, he had a nice way of putting it. How do you put it? He said, I hope you would do us the honor of accepting my invitation to join the Hall of Fame. I said, well, okay, I think I will. and that's how I found out. And so it's just a thrill. It's a huge thrill for me, especially when it came as such a surprise.
Have you talked to many? You said you've been here for other of your teammates' induction. Do you expect a few of your teammates to be here for you on Saturday?
I expect that I hope they will be. I think they will be. There's about 10 guys from my era that are in the Hall of Fame, and several of them are still alive. So I hope they'll be here.
Earlier this month, I guess you were honored by Holy Cross. And now the Patriots is a big month for you.
It's when you're on a roll. I don't know what happened all of a sudden, but Holy Cross has this thing, a new thing called the Ring of Fame, where they put players' names up on the board. So I was honored last month to have my name on that as well. So yeah, it's been a great month. I don't know what's next, but I'm happy right now.
I thought you were wearing your Holy Cross sweater in here because it was purple, but I guess that's some golf.
Yeah, that's a golf sweater. It was 90 degrees where I live when I left, and they said it was 60 up here, so I'm prepared.
You said you were watching the game the other night, obviously, when you saw Dan go down. Do you ever look at those games on TV and think that it's a different game, or is it pretty much the same?
It is a different game. You know, I didn't play against too many guys that weighed as much as Albert Hainsworth weighs. And I said to Gail, we were watching it together, and I played with some good quarterbacks over my career, unfortunately not with Drew Bledsoe. But that's the best quarterback game I ever seen. Brady just did. I don't know whether it's because of the new rules in the NFL that you're not allowed to tackle anybody anymore, or whether the defensive backs aren't playing defense, but I had never seen a guy play as well as he played in that game. So it was fun to watch.
How much did you weigh when you played?
I was considered one of the biggest centers in the league. It's 255 pounds. I might be a strong safety today, except I'm slow.
Rob Gronkowski weighs 265. So.
Pardon me?
Rob Gronkowski, the tight end, weighs 265.
That's scary, isn't it? And the linebackers, I mean, I played against guys like Nick Buoniconti when he was with Miami. Linebackers weren't as big as Harrison from Pittsburgh or some of these. They're all 260 pounds, and by the way, they can run. So, you asked me, is it the same game? It's an entirely different game. I look at that game and think to myself, it's scary just going down there. I don't want to be near the field. It's a different game.
And just what are your thoughts? You were a radio announcer for. What was that like for doing that for 10 years?
That was almost as much fun as playing. I really had a good time doing that because you can't get hurt up in the radio booth. I never wound up in the hospital after a game. I had a lot of fun traveling with the team. Gil Santos was my play-by-play guy, and we've remained friends to this day. And it was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. The problem was, I did it for about 9 years, and after a while I ran out of things to say. I couldn't think of anything original to say, so I had to go find something else to do.
As a player, what are your one or two top memories with the Patriots?
Well, today is one of them, I'll promise you that. I played on some teams that didn't produce a lot of memories back in my day with the Patriots, but I think this day, and I'll tell you the other one I remember the most. Jim Nance led the league in rushing. This is before the merger. And in a game against Buffalo, he ran for over, this is early in the season, he ran for over 110 yards. And his picture was on the cover of Sports Illustrated the next week. That to us was a huge deal because we're the Patriots, everybody's making fun of us. We're the AFL, everybody's saying, oh, we're not as good as the NFL. And there's Jim Nance on the cover of Sports Illustrated. So that was always kind of a special memory.
What coming